feel like Travis has done a little bit more interviews recently.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of always was like, I feel like when I first got hip to Strange, you would always kind of see Travis standing on stage with Tech, like,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people thought he was like security, and he
Mm-hmm.
kind of was, to
Mm-hmm.
be fair, back in the day. But fast forward, I feel like Travis's business acumen is like a lot more recognized, and kind of being the guy behind the guy,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You have the song that you dropped called Travis O'Gwen. What is something about Travis that you feel like is misunderstood, or something like how is Travis's? Because I feel like he's obviously a great example for a lot. I mean, he's a businessman, dude's a hustler, visionary.
Mm-hmm.
How key and integral has he been for you? And just like give us something about Travis, and maybe people don't understand. Or
Travis is very, very interesting, man. And there was something about him that I just was like, I super respect the fact that you move like this, but I was like, I wish that you would set the record straight on a lot of shit. That's what I would tell him. He was like, man, his philosophy was, he was like, there's a lot of shit out there people are saying about me. He was like, but they know the truth. I know the truth. I don't need to say anything. I don't give a fuck. I used to get on there and be back and forth in the comments. He was like, I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care because I know. But I was like, Trav, I said, man, if you would just pop out one time and just set the record straight on. So, but I thought it was pretty G. I was like, I'm like, I'm not gonna let, you know what I mean? I've always been that type of person. Like somebody is, somebody's being some type of way, and I need to address something. Then I'm just gonna address it. I'm not gonna let you run with that fucking narrative,
right?
And you know what I mean? And really live like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Pushing that shit. I'm like, nah, fuck that, Trav. Like if they said this, because I would always ask them like, hey, I heard this. Like, what's up with this? And he'd be like, nah, this is what happened, and they know this, and and he got receipts. So I'm like, Trav, like people looking at you like you the bad guy a lot. You know what I'm saying? But the crazy thing is what birthed the idea of the song I did. I was like, I started going through the same type of shit where I was like, you know what? I can't address everything. You know what I mean? If that's the case, we'd be fighting the whole fucking world.
Yeah, you're gonna have so much energy.
Yep.
I feel like sometimes, like you catch yourself replying to comments and shit, and you're like, what am I doing?
I had to stop that shit.
Yeah.
I had to stop that shit. Like I used to really be on that. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, this is what he was talking about. Where he's just like, man, fuck what they talking about. Just for peace of mind, let me just keep moving and just focus on the positivity. I don't know why our brains are wired like that. We see that one comment, we'll zero in on a motherfucker real quick. But there's something I do respect about him. You know what I mean? I'm like, there's a lot of shit that motherfuckers are saying that they probably have no idea what they're talking about you. And you just like, man, fuck them.
Because I can only assume, like, when you get signed to Strange, you kind of inherit a fan base that is like super loyal.
Oh man, yeah.
Like, what was that like? What did you just like when that became an official thing? Did you just see like the flip switch and like you just like you're like opened up to this world of loyal motherfuckers who will buy the shirt, come out?
Yeah, the dope thing about it is that when I was running around with Twisted Insane was already getting that type of embrace
because he was on Worldwide Choppers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. He was already getting that type of embrace from his fan base, which is the Brainiacs. So when we would do shows, there was hella technicians and Brainiacs in the crowd, and everybody thought that Insane was getting ready to go to Strange. You know what I'm saying? They really wanted that. So I was like, this is dope, man. You know what I mean? Like these motherfuckers is buying CDs and shirts, and they're like they're really, really diehard supporters. But getting on that Tech 9 stage was different because it's like we're not doing 200-300 motherfuckers, you know what I mean, at the most anymore. Like I think the first couple of shows I did with Tech on that tour, the Planet tour we went on, like 5,000 motherfuckers in the crowd. And I'm like, oh shit. So there's so many people that don't know who I am. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some people are just they're there specifically for Tech. They don't give a fuck about the openers.
Right.
So essentially it's like you got to really get up there and do that shit and convert them to be like, oh, this motherfucker's dope. Tech can't just say so. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like that. Like Tech can say so, but it's like when it comes to them shows, Tech is.
He's top tier.
He's like at the top. He's like at the top of that.
I personally think in hip hop he's the best.
Yeah, like there's nobody doing that shit like him. So it's like, all right, you wanna come over here and get what I'm getting down with. You better bring it. No rapping over your vocals and shit like that. And you know what I'm saying?
I think it was super cemented to me too. The first tour that he went out without Chris, and he came out as like the clown, the gangster.
I remember that.
And
And
the
he
king.
had the screens.
To me, that was the most impressive tech tour because I was like, this might be the best tech show I've ever seen. And he's like, because there was something about seeing like him, Cuck Calhoun and Chris Calico, the Unholy Trinity, and they're dancing and all that shit where you would be like, oh, this shit is crazy. Like nobody's doing this shit.
Yeah, 100%.
But then to see him just do it alone
Yeah.
and still like carry the show, I'm like, oh, this shit is crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, getting out there, doing that, and then the ISO chants, man. Like when you got 6,000 to 10,000 people chanting ISO back to back, I'm like, I appreciate every last one of them motherfuckers that have ever did that, because what it did was it showed Tech and it showed Trav. They're like, yo, like we might have something here. You know what I mean? And I felt like that was their way of saying, like, we see you, we accept you. You know what I mean?
What about how? Because obviously you produced Red Kingdom, which is
Yes.
I mean now like kind of the official fucking Chiefs anthem.
Yep.
That's got to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean they are in the Super Bowl every year. It feels like
That was a dope thing, and crazily enough, that was my first ever NFL game I ever went to, was the Super Bowl, because of that shit.
That's your first game you ever.
First game I ever went to was the Super Bowl.
But you went to a lot of college games, I'm assuming.
Yeah. But to go to that, you know what I mean? Like, because of Red Kingdom, it was just something on the fly. Tech called me and was like, he's like, man, I need a beat, man. It was like, I don't got nothing. It was like, I need a beat. I'm trying to do something for the Chiefs. He just made it sound so nonchalant, like I might just do a quick little thing for the Chiefs. And I was like, give me like 15 minutes. Let me go through I was like, I think I got one that fits that. I sent it to him, and I became Red Kingdom.
Jesus.
All the shit with Trump posting this shit and the White House, you know what I'm saying, playing this shit on, or the CNN was playing this shit during his impeachment or whatever the fuck. I was like, everything that's happening with this song is like just making this motherfucker go
bigger.
Crazy. Yeah, I'm like, shit going
better
viral
for your pub.
on TikTok. Facts. I'm like, shit, I don't give a fuck. Play that shit. You know what I mean? But it just turned into something that I had no idea that it was gonna. I think Caitlin, who works at the label, she told me I think it went platinum.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's up there for sure. Is it bigger than Face Off?
I think they're like this.
Yeah.
So I'll be the first person at Strange Music that ever had a production that went platinum. And
I mean, shit, probably double, and you already got 2 golds.
That's crazy.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah. That's
Where do you put the plaques at the house?
Facts. I need to find out. I'm gonna knock some shit off the wall, make some room. You know what I mean?
That's a big deal, man.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
For you, is there, because you obviously have worked with a lot of dope artists. Is there who's kind of like your bucket list feature that you still want to work with? It's kind of like, obviously everyone's gonna say Jay-Z or whoever, but like a realistic feature that you'd like to make happen.
There's a few, man. There's a few. I'm a big Lil Wayne fan.
Weezy would be crazy.
Yeah, I would love to do
the Yoda song's going nuts. He's got a relationship with Strange already.
Yeah. I would really want to do something with Wayne. Eminem for sure. You know, that's definitely up there. Shout out Royce the 5'9".
Royce is crazy.
He's like, yeah. There's a few. There's a few that I really, really want to work with. You know what I mean? Just from that golden era. Even like, and this is something that probably is a curveball for a lot of people, but I really fuck with Immortal Technique.
I love Immortal Technique.
Yeah, like that, like, man.
Devil's Dance. I mean, Immortal Technique, I learned so much shit about, the fucking CIA and all kind of crazy shit. Come on.
Immortal Technique, he
living
woke me
cocaine.
Up.
For sure.
I was listening to that shit in high school, and I'm like, yo.
Oh, yeah. Immortal Tech, look, same here in high school, and then I remember seeing that motherfucker live, and it was like, this is fucking crazy. Yeah, Immortal Tech. I got to interview him recently, like a couple years ago. He's solid as fuck too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's an intense guy, man.
Very, very, very smart guy, man. Very, very knowledgeable and just overall dope individual.